Welcome to this episode of Our History. My name is Geoffrey Bishop. I'm a horticulturalist and historian. I have particular interest in the history of horticulture and in the history of winemaking and grape growing in South Australia. Today we're going to visit the house of Mary and Christopher Penfold at Magill. The cottage is known as the Grange, and it now forms part of the Penfolds Magill Estate winery. Mary Holt, who married Dr. Christopher Penfold, was born in 1816 at Southwark in Surrey. Her father was Dr. Thomas Glover Holt and his wife was Elizabeth Astor. Christopher Rawson Penfold was born in Staining, Sussex, England in 1811. His parents were the Reverend John Penfold and his mother was Charlotte Jane. Christopher trained in medicine at St Bartholomew's Hospital in London and later practiced medicine in Brighton on the south coast. In May 1835, Christopher married Mary Holt. Their only child, Georgina, was born 5 years later in 1840. In 1844, Mary with Christopher and their young daughter migrated to South Australia. They were accompanied by their domestic servant and companion, Ellen Tembrell. After 127 days aboard the Taglioni, the Penfolds arrived in South Australia, disembarking at Port Adelaide on the 18th of June 1844. They purchased around 500 acres of land near the village of Magill for £1,200 from the merchant and land investor Edmund Isaac Stevens Trimmer. The property had been established as a cereal farm by the founders of Magill, the Cock and Ferguson families. In 1844, the Penfolds moved into a cottage on the property. It is likely that this cottage is what is now known as the Grange Cottage. The District Council of East Torrens rate assessment for the year 1856 described the Penfold property as comprising 293.5 acres of land, a stone cottage with 5 rooms and 2.5 acres of garden. The first room we will see is the sitting room. This room contains a collection of the family portraits. A passage runs the length of the house. Just off this passage is a tiny bedroom, most likely for the domestic servant. Next to the sitting room is the main bedroom in the house. The next room is a second bedroom, suitable for guests. At the end of the passage, at the northern end of the house, is the dining room. This is probably the most attractive room in the cottage. Also at the north end of the house is Dr. Penfold's consulting room, which contains some of his original medical equipment. The cottage has been altered over time, but here we see an original part of the wallpaper. This room contains the only other known photograph of Dr. Penfold, who is seen here on the left holding the reins. The kitchen is at the rear of the house. It contains a large wood-burning stove. The only water supply for the house was a hand pump located in the kitchen itself. Adjoining the kitchen, at the rear of the cottage, is the laundry. If you'd like to have a personalised visit to the Grange Cottage, go to the Penfold Wine website, and online you can actually book a tour to come and visit. If you're interested to find out more about the Grange Cottage and the Penfold Vineyards at Magill, why not visit the Burnside Library and see what their collection holds. Thank you for watching this episode.